A very warm welcome to all the students of Thakur Vidya Mandir High School and Junior College. Keeping up with our motto, let learning be a joy and teaching a pleasure. Here we are with remote teaching and learning process to bridge the gap. Happy learning, students! A warm welcome to all the students of Standard 8. Today, we shall complete with our Unit 3. Today's last poem that we are going to study is similar to the pictures that you all are observing. I want you all to think for a second, what do you do in your free time? Since we are home quarantine, we all are sitting home. We are not allowed to go out. So in this free time, what you all do? I want you all to think for a second. Everyone has their own hobbies. And during this COVID-19, each and every student, I believe, is working on his or her own hobby. During your free time, some people love singing while other loves to read. Some likes to play while others like to sleep. Each and every person is unique and therefore they like to do things or any activity in their free time so that they get happiness in that. But often, sometimes we forget to think for our own self. We just think about ourselves and we don't even bother to see around during our free time. We are so into our own world that we forget to appreciate the beautiful nature, moon, sun, stars, birds, animals, uncles, parents, and so on. We are so targeted in life that we, everyone, not only we, everyone are so much into this hurry to get something that they want in life. It is good that you are thinking about your future, but let's not forget about the beauty that surrounds you. So one of the poem that we are going to study today is leisure. The actual meaning of leisure is what you do in your free time, or you all can say when you all are free, what you all do. Okay, so this leisure time is a time where one is not working or he is not busy. In fact, it is a free time where he feels free and he enjoys things that he likes to do. Okay, so today's poem is similar to this. Let's know what more this poem wants to tell us. English Unit 3.4 Leisure, and this poem is written by a famous British poet William Henry Davies. If you all have your English textbook, please open page number 74. You all can observe these pictures. You all know, you all must be seeing that each person is unique and it has its own free time. Whenever they have their free time, they'll either love to play, paint, sing, read books, watch movies, spend time with families, okay, and so on. Let's know more about this famous poet. His name is William Henry Davies, or W.H. Davies, who was a Welsh poet and a writer. Now, you all must be wondering what is the meaning of Welsh. So, the meaning of Welsh is, you all can say, this person belongs to an ethnic group natives to Wales, and he was his Davis spent a significant part of his life as a tramp or hobo. So he spent most of his life as a homeless person or a person who migrates from one place to another in the United Kingdom and United States, but became one of the most famous poet of his time. So even though he used to migrate, and since even though he was a homeless person, we see that he had a lot of struggles in life. He had to uh, give up on a lot of things, but still he did not forget about his capabilities, and therefore he became one of the most popular poet of his time. And the principal theme in his works are observation about life's hardship, the way in which the human condition is reflected in nature, and also the various adventures and the various characters he meets. Also, to know more about this William Henry, he was a wandering poet and a singer. He led a life of loneliness, and his poet is marked with the truth and simplicity in the ideas as well as language. So if we see his poet, it is mostly giving a strong message, a fact, a truth about the world, about the people. Also, we see that he wrote with great simplicity about the countryside, the daily life experiences, and the poor. And this poem, Leisure, by William Henry Davies, is published in his Songs of Joy and Others in 1911. Also, we see that the poet has based this poem on his personal experience. He thinks that one is so busy in coping with daily routine of life that most of the time the beauty and the joy of his or her life are ignored. Okay, and over here leisure means, as I've mentioned, it is a free time, spare time, or time spent away from business, work, and domestic chores. It is also a period of time before or after necessary activities such as eating and sleeping. And we also know that because of science, because of this modern technology, man has become so much into his world that he forgets to even appreciate the beauty of the nature. And therefore this poem is trying to tell us to appreciate the beauty, to know more about the environment. Okay, and we see that this people have become a puppet where the only main motive is that we want to complete this work, that's all. So we are lacking behind to give self time, self love to ourself. Okay, we also keep thinking that okay, by this time I have to um, finish all this work. So in this poem, it is telling us to don't rush. He's telling us don't rush. In fact, think on and appreciate the nature. Leisure by W.H. Davis. So to know when exactly this poem was written and how come this poet got this idea to write a poem related to leisure. One day, what happened to William Henry Davis is that he had this incident where he lost his leg due to a rail accident, and after that, he had become idle, and He thought for a second that if I would have lost my life, I would have nothing. I have not done anything in my life. I was so much into my own world. And therefore, when he was idle because of this incident that happened to him, he wrote this poem, Leisure. He started writing poems about the hardship of the people, the truth of the people, that they are so much busy in their own world that they forget about the nature, to appreciate the surroundings. And when he met with this accident, when he became idle, he was thinking that even I was not appreciating the nature. And when he became idle, he started appreciating, and William Henry Davis is telling us to appreciate the nature before it's too late, instead of just working and becoming successful in life. Spend your life, spend quality time appreciating people around, the nature, the surrounding, and so on. So everyone, please open page number 74. What is this life if full of care? We have no time to stand and stare. So in this first stanza, we see that it is telling that what is this life if every day we just keep worrying about our future, about our work. Over here, the meaning of care is worries and stress. So even though we are small, still we are so worried about our future, and we have no time to stand and stare and appreciate the beauty of the nature. So in this poem, the poet William Henry Davis questions the type of life we are leading. If we have no time to appreciate the beauties of nature, then there is no meaning to our life. Okay? No time to stand beneath the boughs and stare as long as sheep or cows. Boughs means branches of a tree. So beneath, the meaning of beneath is under. So we have no time to stand beneath the tree, beneath the branches of a tree, and stare at this beautiful creation of God, how this sheep and cows graze. And what do? We are so busy in our own life that we don't even step out of our house, out of our comfort zone, and go explore the nature and start gazing these beautiful animals like sheep or cows. We often spend time observing this tiniest creatures. Tell me, students, how many of them love observing butterflies and this small insects like dragonfly and so on? We are so much into our own world that we don't even have time to look around our surrounding. How many of y'all visit cattle fields? How many of them give food to these dogs, cats, animals, and so on? Okay, so let's know more what it is telling us. He says that we have no time to stand beneath the trees and stare as sheep and cows do. You all know sheep and cows are the one who gives us milk, They are the one who think about others. They are not selfish. They think, they observe everyone. Okay, let's move ahead. No time to see when woods we pass, where squirrel hides their nuts in grass. How many of them has have actually watched squirrels hiding their nuts in grass? Because we just, even though if we are going for a picnic or a forest visit, we are too much busy in clicking selfies, photos, and so on. But there are very few people who love to explore nature, who love to see all these beautiful creations, who love to hear the creepings, the singing of the birds, and so on. So it is telling us that when we are walking through the woods, when we are walking in the forest, we have no time to watch where the squirrel hides their food in the grass. Okay, we don't know where exactly the squirrel hides their nest. We also don't know where exactly hens hide their eggs, and so on, because we are so much into our own world. So in these three beautiful stanzas, it is telling that we are so much stressed and worried about our life that we don't care or we don't appreciate the nature, the sheep, the cows. We are not even bothered about where, which animal, which uh, insect, or which bird hides their food or not. We know that where we hide food, we know that, okay, for example, if I have my one of my favorite chocolate, I will hide it. That I know where I hide my food stuff. But I don't care about the world, because it is nothing related to my life, right, my students? But no, my students, we should not think like this. Don't be selfish. We should appreciate the beautiful nature. We should think about God's creation, because each and every creation that He has made is one of the beautiful thing that we'll ever have in our life. Let's look at the poetic device. What is this life if full of care we have no time to stand and stare? The poetic device over here is interrogation. Here the poet asks a question to emphasize and stress upon the facts that modern man has no time to appreciate nature. So we see that in the lines in the stanza 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 are the examples of interrogation, because it has a question mark, and also it tells us about and emphasizes a question where it is stressed upon the fact about the modern life who has no time to appreciate nature. Then we have simile in the second stanza, fourth line, and stare as long as sheep or cows. Here we have a direct comparison being made to sheep and cow. Okay, so that's all in this stanza. Okay, so let's move ahead. If we see the structure of the poem, in each stanza there are question marks. It is questioning us whether we do it or not, whether we actually spend time or not. It is questioning us. It is telling the fact about us. Okay, let's move ahead. No time to see in broad daylight, streams full of stars like skies and night. So in the fourth stanza, the poet is telling us that we have no time to look at streams which sparkles and twinkles in the broad daylight and appears to be full of stars like the skies at night. So we are so much busy in our own world that we forget to appreciate these beautiful stars, the beautiful creation of God. Also, when we during our free time, when we go with our friends on a beach, we are more concerned, we are so much into clicking pictures that we don't see the importance of these waves of water, how by the light of the sun, which the rays of the sun, you all can say, that falls on this waves, it looks like diamonds in the water. If you all observe carefully during the time of the sunset, okay, when you all visit beaches once COVID-19 gets over, just observe this. When the sun is setting in the evening, you all will see that the ray of the sun is like, it is this beach, the entire beach looks like diamonds all over the river. Okay, no time to turn at beauty's glance and watch her feet how they can dance. So now it is telling us about the beauty glance, and also we forget to watch her feet how they can dance. So first let's know the meaning of the word glance. Okay, the meaning of the word glance means to something, you all can say, you all are watching something, okay, you all are observing something. So we often have no time to turn at the beauty glance. Beauty is, it can be a beautiful young girl, or the second meaning over here is beauty in the nature. We often forget to turn ourselves and observe the beauty glance and watch her feet how they dance. So it is telling us that we have no time to watch when a beautiful young girl dances, or wait for her lips to complete the smile which started in her eyes. We can also say that beauty is nature, and we have no time to see trees enjoying the breeze or flowers blooming slowly, because we are so much busy, so much into our own world. No time to wait till her mouth can enrich that smile her eyes began. So we have no time to see the beauty of the nature, we have no time to see the trees enjoying the wind, the flowers enjoying the sun, and so on. A poor life this, if full of care, we have no time to stand and stare. So in the concluding line, the poet repeats that our life is a poor life, a boring life, if it is full of cares and worries, with no time to appreciate and enjoy the beauty of the nature. So we see that this William Henry Davis is telling us that our life is worthless. Our life would, it won't have any meaning at all if we do not appreciate the beauty of the nature, the beauty around us, the beauty that we see in this environment, because we are so much busy into our own world. We just want to get our targets done, we just want to get out of this we don't want to get out of this busy schedule. We are so much into this busy world. Also, we see that he's telling the William Henry is telling us about that life becomes meaningless if we do not learn to set aside time for ourselves and our families. Okay, because we see that we spend most of our time thinking about things that we should not think at all. So we see that each stanza of the poem has its own meaning. Okay, we see that it is telling us to take a pause and appreciate the nature. It is telling us that don't rush, but take each movement as if you are eating a chocolate, where you when you eat a chocolate, you always take the feel and the taste. Similarly, don't forget to appreciate the beauty of the nature. Also, we see that it is telling us to appreciate the beautiful nature, the things that human beings cannot see, what is hidden in this beautiful nature, because we often ignore it. Okay, and also, as I've mentioned about that, during the daytime when the rays of the sun fall upon the clear water, the water reflects and shines like stars in the sky during the night. So it is telling us to observe this beautiful creation. It is also telling us to observe this beautiful lakes, rivers where fish can be observed. Also, it is telling us, as this sparklings of the lights brings shines, similarly we can always shine in our own way. Okay, and also it is telling us, just don't be selfish, but make our life more meaningful. That we sometimes are so unlucky that we cannot watch a girl who dances in the field, the feet of a dancing girl, because we are so much into our own world. We are not aware about the plants who enjoy the breeze. Okay, I hope you all are getting the poem, because it is telling about our actual worries. It is telling us to have a pause. It is telling us to think. Just don't keep on thinking, but you appreciate. Okay, because life should not be about working so much that we have no time to relax and enjoy the beauty of the nature. We are so caught up with our own work routine schedule that we don't know how to break away. So we should slow down and take look at the things around us, because life goes up by fast and we don't want to miss a thing. Sometimes the mind should be free of work stress so that we can enjoy the beauty of the little pleasures of life. Okay, and we also get so caught up in the ways of the world that we become emotionally blind to what is going on. We are not at all alert about our environment, about our surroundings. We focus so much on the things that bring us troubles and not enough time on what makes us happy. Life becomes meaningless if we do not learn to set aside time for ourselves and our families. Okay, now let's look at the poetic device. Streams full of stars like skies at night. So over here the poetic device is alliteration, repetition of the sound S. Okay, then we have no time to turn at beauty glance. It is a metaphor. Your nature has been compared to a beautiful woman. Okay, then we also have another personification over here. Over here personification is no time to turn at beauty glance. and watch your feet how they can dance. So nature has been given the human quality of dancing and glancing. We have no time to stand and stare. Alliteration, the words S is repeated in this poem. So the poem's name is Leisure and it is written by the famous poet William Henry. The theme of this poem, it is telling about the regrets that is a poor life which is full of cares, worries, and we have no time to appreciate and enjoy the beauty of the nature. And this tone of the structure of the poem, the tone of the poem, it is a reflective poem. It is reflecting about ourselves because we are so much into the rush. And the rhyme scheme is of this poem is A A, B B, C C, and so on. Okay, with ending words of each couplets rhymings. You all can see rhymings like daylight, night, glance, dance. Okay, care, stare. Also, we got to see about an imaginary about the poetic. The poet describes about the beauty of the nature, and I want you all to think about, do you agree with the poet that we should spare time to appreciate nature? I want you all to think on it. I want you all to reflect. Okay. Thank you, students. If you have any doubts, feel free to ask me. Thank you. Stay blessed, stay healthy, and don't forget to appreciate the nature because it's the surroundings which keeps us alive every day. Thank you.